Today is February the 24th, 2025, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the chat tonight, but especially my guest, Kelley. Kelley, welcome and thank you so much for hopping in with me. I
Puzzles.
love
Oh, I
how
got
you
an ad. Cross stitch.
Hold
Hold on, everybody.
It's okay.
Diamond painting.
So I'm going to slip into the chat real quick and welcome everyone. Let me see. Day's in the house. She's looking forward to this interview. Katie
There we go.
Crafts, Guess Who Nancy. I'm just skimming. That Free Quilters in the house. June's in the house. Zaza, my girl, is in the house. So they'll start rolling in or they're sitting on the back end just lurking. Word of the day. Not going to happen, Heather. Not going to happen. Oh, equivocal.
Well, yeah, you got it. You got it.
Thank you, sweetheart. Tony Altman's in the house. June's telling everyone hi. Teresa's in the house. So Terry. So
Hi, everybody.
everybody's
Come
rolling
in.
in now. Yes. So my special guest tonight with me is none other than Kelley. And she needs no real introduction because we all love her. And
Yep.
she's just a sweetheart.
Pretty much everybody I see in chat. I all know you already.
Yep. Everyone's here. Teresa Louise, welcome, sweetheart. So it's been a hot minute since I had you on. So I want to go all the way back to the beginning of time because there's a lot of people that haven't gotten to know you yet. And if they watch the replay, they'll get to see it. Let me see. Debbie's in the house. Hello, Debbie, Tony, June. Everyone's telling everyone hi, and they're telling you hello. So let's get this party started. So, um, where are you originally from? Is it from Canada? If so, give me a little
Yes.
bit of your back history on you, as
Yes.
far as like born and raised.
Yeah, some of you guys might know this already. Just depending how long you've been around my channel and us chatting and whatever. But my husband and I both grew up in the suburbs of Vancouver. And we
Oh.
actually knew each other in school. We just didn't get together until later on. But that's how it all came about, was we lived near Vancouver. And then when we wanted to have kids, where we were living was starting to get a little bit too busy and expensive. So that's why we moved out to the Fraser Valley. It's about an hour's drive east of Vancouver, 100 kilometers,
Oh, okay.
60 miles, 65 maybe. I'm not really sure. But if you head east from Vancouver and drive for about an hour, you'll hit where I live. That's where we had the kids. Kids grew up, the whole thing. We've lived there ever since. So 26 years now.
Oh, wow. So tell me, like how you met your husband. You said through school. Were you dating back then or later in life? How many
No,
years
he was
have
a
you been
goof.
married?
No, we didn't start. We both we're both graduated in '87. Yes, I'm dating myself horribly, but there you go. We
I'm an
didn't
82 girl, so trust me, I'm older.
we didn't really get together until the early '90s. And coming up this spring, we will have been married for 30 years.
Congratulations. A lot of couples can't say that
Somehow, I
anymore.
haven't children yet.
Yep, that's
Yep.
how Joe
Well,
and
see,
I
here
are.
we go. 30 years.
Yep, we hit the
Yeah.
30-year mark, and it's like, it's cheaper now to keep me than get rid of me.
We have
He's
been
shaking his
together
head.
for longer than we have not been together. So there you go.
Exactly, right? That's when you know
Yep.
you're hooked. So it's been a fun ride for you. So how many kids do you have?
We have two. Our
Boy and a
daughter
girl?
is, yeah, one each. Our daughter's 26. Um, she lives with her good buddy. She moved out a while back. They live in a basement suite in her friend's aunt's house. So it's a win-win all around because the girls are not partiers and the aunt and uncle wanted people that were not partiers. So everybody's happy. It's all good. Our son just turned 24 2 weeks ago, and I was telling Donna earlier that he's going to move back home because he moved out with his girlfriend and then they split up and he can't do the rental by himself right now because he's got a truck payment. And you guys know that have 20
It's
something
life.
kids. That works, right?
Yep.
So he's coming back in May.
So God bless your heart. It's fun to be an empty nester for a little bit, but it's also cool to have them move back home because they need
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we'll have had about 8 months of hubby and I and the dogs before
Right.
he comes back. Yeah.
So how many dogs do you have?
We have two
And what
Bernese
kind
Mountain
are
Dogs.
they?
Um, Ferris and Henry are both actually 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
Ferris we got
What?
when he was a puppy, so you would probably have seen him around on my channel because I have filmed him and photoed him whenever. And then we had an
Right.
opportunity to adopt Henry last spring because there's a group on the island that tries to rehome Bernese Mountain Dogs, and
Oh,
Henry's family had to unexpectedly move back to Alberta. There was a job situation and stuff, and they didn't know where they were going to live. So they couldn't
oh,
take him. He's a big dog. They can't always go everywhere, right? So
right.
they gave him to these rescue people. And previous to that, we'd then been in touch with these rescue people, adopting people, we're going to call it Burners in Need, it's called. And we actually had to provide references, like our vet and some of our other friends that also own Bernese Mountain Dogs, so that they knew that we weren't like weirdos or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
And
There's
then,
a big process to getting
yeah,
them.
yeah. So then it we were like registered with them, and then Henry's situation happened. So they got a hold of us and said, "Can you take him?" And we said, "Sure." So my daughter and my husband had to go to Vancouver Island to pick him up on the ferry
Oh, holy goodness.
and then bring him back. So we've had him since June.
Oh, that's cool. Housebroke, the whole 9 yards, or are these outside dogs, inside dogs?
Inside dogs. Oh yeah, he came fully trained. He knows sit, stay, come. Like yeah. He's
Oh,
we just fine tune him to our household, but he came with all the
all
usual
the basics.
commands and stuff that he's supposed to know. Yeah, he was properly trained by his people. Absolutely.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Let me see. You have a comment. Lori says, as long as you don't lose your craft room when he moves back in.
No, Laura, he's
Good,
going back
right?
downstairs, back to where he lived before. He's just taking his own room back over again.
He's moving back to the old room.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, somehow or another, ads are flowing and it's all over the YouTube. It's not just me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So if you can be patient long enough for the ad to get moving along, you can hit the skip. I'm okay with it. Just skip. Ads happen and I can't fix it. I used to think that we could do it without ads, but we can't because YouTube's going to do what YouTube chooses to do. Um, Let me see. With the YouTube clean out, do you ever notice your subscribers going up and down?
Yeah. It happened
Yeah.
around Christmas.
Yeah, mine happened right after Christmas in January. I lost almost 200, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, wait a minute.
Well, I don't have hardly any subscribers, and I lost like 15, I think. I mean, it comes and goes, right? People drop in and out, but 15, boom, gone like that. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, and I tell all other creators, remind your people to unsubscribe, resubscribe, and that sets you for a good 6 months. So when
Yeah, that's
YouTube
a good
does their
idea.
scrub, you're locked in. You're not going to be washed away. YouTube
Yeah.
wants their money. Mennonite, yes. Normally it's only one at a time. Yeah. Anymore, it's just like whatever YouTube says, we say, yes, please run. Please do as you,
Yeah.
because we enjoy hanging out with all of you. So bear
And we
with
gotta
us
follow
while
the
YouTube
rules.
does their own thing. So, in your normal life, what does your husband do for living?
Oh, he has his own business. He draws things in steel. It's like, AutoCAD type stuff, but
Yeah,
it's specific for steel. It's a very particular program that he uses. And, like trusses in buildings and
right.
columns and bridge supports and like anything that's made out of steel, he draws that.
Oh, that's so cool. Has he always done that?
Yep. He
Oh,
used to
you
work
can't
for
beat
another
that.
guy, but then that folded up way back when and went their separate ways, and he's been doing it on his own ever since.
Oh, you can't beat that at all. So what do you do for like your 9 to 5 other than just living your best life on a cruise ship?
That would be nice all the time, but no, that costs money. So,
Right.
yeah, no, usually I don't really have a day-to-day routine. I mean, with my own work, I always have to keep tabs on my emails and everything. And ask people's questions, or sometimes I have to print people's documents or whatever. I try to be as accommodating for my cruise clients or people going to a resort or whatever. You know,
Right.
some people are great. No, they're like, I'll do my documents, it's all good, whatever. But that is a courtesy that I'm willing to do for you. So if you want me
I
to
think
print your
that's
stuff, I'll
sweet.
print your stuff. Like, so, just kind of keeping tabs on what's going on and making sure everyone's okay. And it's not that doesn't keep me that busy, but it's busy enough. And then periodically I have to help hubby because I do the books. So once in a while I have to go and run QuickBooks and update that
Right.
a little bit and sign a few checks and
Right. Do the back end stuff.
yeah, back end stuff.
Oh, absolute.
And
So,
otherwise I just putter with my channel and my projects. And
so as far as your channel, what year did you start your channel?
I did my first video in late January 2019.
Mm,
And it was
right
our
before the
old mini
COVID.
Honda. It
Now,
was,
I don't remember. Did you just get locked down when we got locked down?
yep,
It was like, woof.
yeah.
I was like,
Son was
good
in
Lord.
college at the time when in March 2020 when everything went, and it was sort of still everyone wasn't sure what to do because he wasn't sure what the
It was
college was
always
going.
that 14 days, 14 days.
Yeah, and it was just like, well, he was nearly done. Like he would have been done end of April anyway, so we would have been going to collect him.
Right.
But he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if the college is going to shut down. Like I don't know what's going on. And this was March 16th, I think. So my husband said, "You're coming home. Pack your stuff tomorrow. I'm coming." And it's a 12-hour drive, like all the way from here, all the way to Alberta, north of Calgary. It is 12 hours all the way through. Hubby left at 4 o'clock in the morning, burned his way all the way across, loaded the boy up on the 18th, burned his way back on the 19th, which is my birthday. And he was back with
Oh,
all his stuff in 48 hours.
you can't beat that. That's devotion.
Yeah.
That is devotion. I tell you what, it's never like I can remember it like it was yesterday. Joe and I was just sitting there watching the news so casual. We didn't have a clue. And it was like, boom, the hammer come down. And I was like, what's going on? And then
Yeah.
we saw it all playing out like everyone else. And after we got ready to start the channel, I told him, I said, I know what my name needs to be. And him and my granddaughter had named mine. I said, I want to be the COVID quilter because I never sewed a stitch in my life. And he goes, no, no. He was adamant, no. So, how did you end up deciding the name of your channel?
It started off just with my name. I mean, I didn't know what else to, like that's my name. Like I'm gonna call it that, right? So it sort of evolved, okay, because again, 2019, and I kind of got going, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do some travel-y thing because that's when I started doing the Expedia cruises bit. Well, that kind of went right. So once everything went south, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Well, I'd already been quilting since 2015, so fine, that's just more of the same. I'll just keep going. But
Right,
and my daughter and I were making masks. Then she's like, hey, mom, maybe we should make some Christmas ornaments for people for gifts for Christmas. Like, okay, because she was still living at home at the time.
right,
So it's sort of that's how I got into doing like more crafty type things.
right.
So it just sort of like, what are we going to do?
Morphed.
We can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. We have to occupy our time. So
Right.
let's make crafts. Let's quilt. Let's paint. Let's
Whatever
whatever.
we could do.
Yeah. Knit for those that want to knit. Like,
Absolute. Hello, Sean, and welcome.
hey,
Um,
Sean.
Sherry's at the house. I'm trying to give a quick look and make sure I'm not missed anybody.
Oh,
Michelle the quilter.
chat's just
And
whipping along. So I probably just
yeah,
did.
it's just moving Dorland down. So anyway, so what is your favorite out of all the things that you do on your channel? Is it the quilting that you like? Is it the crafting that you enjoy? Or is it the cruising? I know all of them play well together, but if you
Both
had
things
your
in the
druther,
sense.
mine would be on the cruise ship. I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's great when we get to go, but we can't always have time to do that. And it just, life gets in the way. I've been quilting since, well, 10 years, 2015. So I like quilts best. That's what I
Right.
prefer to do. Or, making a bag or some other sewing-y type thing. But quilts generally, mug rugs, table runners, the usual, right?
Right.
That's my favorite. Recently last summer I got back into cross stitch a bit because the 20 years before I was a quilter, that's all I did, and I kind of like lost my mojo on it. And then a couple people
Right.
like Laura Lynn, right?
Oh, I don't know how she does
Like
it.
people that do both. I'm like, then they convinced me, hey, let's do Stitch the Summer Olympics last summer. So I kind of got back into it. So I'm not doing it a ton, but it's
Enough
fun
you
to
can
do
say
it.
you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So with your cruising, where all have you cruised to?
Um, Mostly Alaska. We did do a couple of those down the coast deals.
Hmm.
Pacific Coastal, they're called, or what, they have different names, but they go back and
Right.
up and down the coast. We did the Caribbean 2 years with our friends, the ones that are soon to be grandparents. We had been going to go to Hawaii with my mom and dad and then cruise back, but that never happened because that was in 2021. So that got canceled.
Right.
So
Everything got canceled.
yeah. So I don't know. We might go back to the Caribbean. We'll see. Maybe do different islands. That's a thing. We talked about that. We might do one of those Norwegian fjord ones that a friend wants to do that. I think you can do like round trip out of Copenhagen kind of thing, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Like I've done the Bahamas.
Mm.
I want to go to Jamaica.
Oh, we did
And-
Mexico a couple times too. Out of
Yeah.
LA. Yeah.
Oh, I love
That's fun.
cruising. That's me. If my wish would be to live on a cruise ship and go all over the place. Now, I've been on cruise ships where they actually have people that live there all year long. Have
Yeah,
you
I did
seen
that
that on
too.
yours?
Yep. Like, you can get chatting with people on the boat, right?
Yeah, strangers, but
Yeah. Or they've done like 3 months at a stretch or whatever, like, yeah.
yeah, they get their, like they told us, they get their laundry done, they get their medicine, the doctor's there.
Yeah, it's kind of not really, it's kind of like a no-brainer almost. I mean, in some regards, it could be cheaper than
Living
having
out on your own.
a condo or like, you know, uh,
To me, it would be a no-brainer. Cruise ship versus nursing home. Where am I going? You know?
yeah. You get looked after either way and fed
Yeah,
and
either way, you get
housed and
pampered.
entertained and yeah.
Let me see. Go to Puerto Rico, Kelly, Debbie said.
Oh, that would be nice, Deb. My daughter and her friend did a Caribbean cruise last spring break, and one of their stops was Puerto Rico.
Oh, how cool
They
is
thought it was
that?
great. They loved it. We missed it on ours. It wasn't on our itinerary, but maybe the next time we go.
Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine? Debbie would hook up with you. She'd be like, okay, I'm on my way. Better food and company, Zaza says.
Yep, you bet,
Absolutely.
Zaza.
I love to just sit there and people watch. That's my thing. I like to watch them dancing when they're coming on. The sail away parties.
It's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, you see stuff you'd never normally not see, and it's amazing. It really is. I would tell anybody if you haven't cruised yet, you really need to go at least once. Joe's, it's not his cup of tea, but mine. He's like, nope, go. Have a good time. Let me know how it goes. So let me see. You're currently working on a project you showed me before the live, and I'm like, you're nailing it. Do you want to like turn your
Yes.
computer so
Well,
they can
sure.
see?
And then I can grab my big chunks out of the closet. So let me just scoot the
Okay.
laptop around, gang, and you can kind of see it.
Can you kind of see what she's working on? Let's see the first one in the chat to guess what it is and the pattern writer. I'm just curious why Kelly's letting it there.
Can you guys see it okay?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. I'm looking at my laptop sideways now, so I can't tell.
Yes, you're at a good view. Go ahead and turn back.
Okay.
So who can guess what that is? Let me see. Guess who Nancy says my job was managing a department, didn't shut down most people would stand at the door. Then August 22, Terry was told stage 4, yes. And we both do
Oh,
what?
Terry got it.
Did she? I'm
Yep.
trying to look. So Terry, the wolf.
Yep.
Yep, it's the
Yep.
wolf by
Got it
Violet
back.
Craft. Yep. Penguin. Noreen. That's good though.
Okay,
No,
hang
she's
on. I'm gonna
working.
back up so you guys can see this. One sec.
Yes, her current project
Everything else
right
is
now
big.
is the Violet Craft. And she ran and got this
So
for
from that
you.
piece in the middle that's like his forehead, then there's the
Right.
nose that comes down.
Now can you guys see it better?
Right? That's the point that meets up with the point on the top. And
Yeah,
then
this is not legit kid. This is Violet Craft.
and this is the bottom. That's the very bottom of the quilt.
Yeah.
That goes down the middle. I've got a piece of the outside fur. This is one corner.
Yep.
And there's one eye.
Your eye looks amazing. You did really good, sweetheart.
It is so fiddly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
but you've
wasn't
done
sure, and if you guys can
fabulous.
see it, I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be where this
Yes.
little green part hangs over, and it is.
Yep.
I thought that was wrong at first.
No, it's right. That's exactly how mine is too.
Yeah, that was on the. I had to look at closely at the pattern and go, oh no, that's right. That's how it's supposed to be. So I was
Yep,
freaking out a little bit though.
no, you've done fabulous, sweetheart.
Oh,
You did really good.
putting it together.
When you start to sew the big pieces, have your husband come in with you because it's going to start weighing down with all that paper.
Yeah. And what is the seam is like 3 feet long now. Like
Yeah, now as they start to grow, and
yeah.
at once I knew I had to where I didn't have to join anything else, start taking the paper off. It'll lighten the load
Yeah, I'm
when you're
gonna start
sewing it
taking off
in.
like in the middle
Yeah,
where everything's already touching.
yep, take it off. You'll thank me later. I like them, but they're a pain in the rump when trying to sew in a small space. Papers are so big and hard to maneuver. Yes, Day went on her yearly sabbatical, I call it, and she lived in her bus, is what they call it. It's great big. What is that called, Joe? Motorhome.
So Delia, you gotta
And
make do little projects then.
yeah,
Mug rugs.
but
Make
she
lots of
was
mug rugs.
determined. She was doing this, and she really did. She did fabulous.
Oh, Terry
I
doesn't
don't
sew with
sew
paper.
on paper. Oh, so Terry, you don't know what you're missing, sweetheart.
I don't
I
mind
bet I
working
can.
with paper.
I bet I can get her sewn on
That is
paper.
what
You send me your email.
tweezers are for.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. You never know, so Terry. You have to send me your mailing address. We see what happens. Just saying. Yeah. So let me see. You're working on that currently, and you told me you were working on a few other projects. What were they?
The gemstone quilt block. It's my sister and I are doing it together. My mom turns 80 in May. So that's why we're doing this. And in my quilting and sewing playlist, I have like the getting organized kind of video.
Right.
You can see what's upcoming, but I am in progress of filming, like making the blocks. So I got one is pieced and put together.
Is that not gorgeous?
That is the marquise cut block.
Yep.
It looks sort of turquoisey in the screen, but this is the sapphire colors.
Right. And that's absolutely stunning. It's really, really beautiful.
So we're making blocks for all 10 of us in the family. And
Oh,
my daughter and my nephew both have September birthdays. So we're
oh,
making 2 sapphire blocks. The other one's not sewn together. I have pieces of it. It's ready to sew together. I have the 4 quadrants. It's going to be oval. So let me see if I can put 2 together. Just a minute. Get you guys get the idea. So like that's half of it.
Oh, that's gonna be so
once I
cool
get it
looking.
put together. Let me find the example in the book because it might be easier to see. It's this book.
Oh, I don't have that one. I'll have to get that.
I got it ages ago. I can't remember where from. And I was recently talking about it on one of my lives, and somebody went and found it on Amazon. And I forget who it
I,
was. Was that
that's
you, Laura,
beautiful.
maybe? Somebody.
It may have been.
Somebody said, "Oh, I found it on Amazon, got it, ordered it." And I can't remember who it was now. Just a sec. Let me find no, that's wait. Hold on. There was an example of what it's supposed to look like. I just gotta find the right page.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see.
Here it is. That's what the oval block looks like.
Oh, wow. I think that is stunning. And it tells you what the colors. Now, is that FPP, correct?
Yes, absolutely, it's FPP. Yeah, in the front, there is a whole listing. Okay, if you're going to make this gemstone, you need these colors. But my
Right,
sister did not like the greens for emerald for a mum. We
right.
thought it was too limey, so we're going to try to get different colors.
I think that's cool.
But there's like a chart in here, and it tells you, basically you want 5 colors from dark to light.
Right, for each block that you do.
Yeah.
And you match like whatever that gemstone would be, that would be the color palette for that,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, and each little pattern piece, I don't know if you can see it that here, I'll try to put it up to the camera. It has a code on it for like light or dark or medium dark or
Oh,
and that tells you what piece goes where.
that is cool.
So it
No,
doesn't
I
matter
like
what color
that.
you use because every block is dark, medium light, and light.
Right. I think that is cool. I
So my
like that.
sister's busy working on some blocks at her house, and I'm busy working on my stuff. And
So
then
you all picked who was doing what?
yeah, yeah, she's doing a couple. We might get together this week, Friday maybe, and work together again because we need
Oh,
to get
cool.
most of the blocks done. Then it's just a matter of putting it all together. It's going to be sort of like a medallion style because we want to do the 2 blocks for our mom and dad in the middle, and they're going to be wrapped.
Oh,
And then the rest
that's
of it
gonna
is
have like your mom and dad,
yeah.
and then their kids,
And then my
your
sister and I
kids.
and our hubbies will be the cornerstones, and the
Oh,
kids' blocks will all be the borders.
I think that's cool.
It's not going to be all that big, maybe like a small throw.
Right, but they'll enjoy and cherish
It's
it.
just, yeah, because it's our family.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. I like that. That's really a cool idea. Um, Day that's free, and I don't think I could do that. Not enough space in our motorhome. I couldn't imagine living in it for that long. Yeah, Day and them, they take off and they just go. They do, and
I'm going
I
to go
think it's
camping for
so
the
cool.
weekend and then I want to go home and have my shower and everything.
She has all that in her. They just upgraded theirs. What was it, Day? A 35 to a 45 Super.
Good grief.
Yeah,
Ours is 18. Ours is
yeah.
little.
Hers is bigger than my house.
Yeah, no, we just go down the river for the weekend and yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm going out to see her in a couple weeks, and I can't wait to have a bird's eye view of this. And I'm
Well, that'd
like,
be
I'm
cool. You
going,
have to film it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be like, look how the other half lives.
Yeah.
Look, Joe, this bathroom's bigger than ours. You know, that'd be too cute. But
Donna
yeah,
and Julia
it's
go camping.
yeah. Her husband will throw me out in there. Go, woman. We bought a mini one. Oh my goodness. Joe would need the big one like Paul. He could do it for a little while, but I don't know. If I told him let's go cross country, he would. But if I was like, we're gonna go 500 miles and sit for 6 months, he'd be like, no, we're not. We're gassing up and going, baby. Oh,
My
that'd be
husband's
so
sister
cool.
and hubby, they got themselves, I think it's about 20 feet maybe. It's a little bigger than ours. And they last summer, they went all the way across Canada to Newfoundland and
Oh,
all
wow.
the way back again in two and a
Now
half
that
months.
would be cool. That
They
would
thought
be
it was great.
so
Yeah,
stinking
they had
cool.
a wonderful time, loved it.
Oh, wow. I'd be like in awe. I
I
would.
think it would drive me insane to do that.
I would just let him go. I could sit there and as long as my machine had power, I'd be sewing. If not, put me a treadle in there. I'll still be
Mhm.
sewing. He wouldn't care. So let me see. Um,
Yeah,
does anyone have any questions for Kelley tonight?
yeah, Zaza, same here too. You need a license for big ones too, because some friends of ours, we camp with them, they've got a fifth wheel, and her husband is allowed to drive the fifth and with the truck, and she's not because she doesn't have a license.
Oh, wow.
Well, she can like back it up into the camping space, but she can't
Right.
drive it on the road because she doesn't have the right license because it's whatever the length is. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
I don't know a thing
exactly.
about them. Day is Michigan that way. I don't know. Welcome, Joyce, and thank you for joining, sweetheart. I appreciate it. That'll get you into the squirrels. And after the live tonight, if you're not already on my Facebook page, send me an email with what your Facebook information is and a picture, and then I'll know I'm adding the right person. It's always a pleasure to have more join in. Here in the States, you don't need special, I think
Special
she
license.
means license.
Yeah. I'm
A
not
lot.
sure what the if there's like a whole cross Canada rule or not, but I know that's what it is in BC. And my friend's
Yeah.
hubby, like he's already a truck driver, so he's
Oh,
got
so,
the license already.
oh, how cool is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So
It's
well, it's
all to
got a name
do
to
with
it,
the
class.
weight. Oh, the
Yeah.
weight.
Oh,
That's,
Nancy, what color fabric is used for the diamond stone?
yeah.
One sec. Okay, for starters, the dark color for the diamond is black, and the light color is white. And then there's three grays in between. And my sister and I we actually switched grays out because
Oh,
one of them called for was shadow, which I'm using in the wolf, and it's more of a muddier sort of gray.
right.
So we changed it to quicksilver. So hang on, but the other one's right from the book. What? Hang on, just a sec. I got to get to the right page.
I think that would be neat.
That's what the diamond block looks like, and we are
Oh,
making a
wow.
princess cut because that's my brother-in-law. He's April.
Wow. That is
Um,
beautiful.
hang on, just a second. Okay, diamond is white, and then the medium light is shadow, which we switched out. We're using quicksilver. Medium is iron. Medium dark is steel, and dark is black.
Oh, wow. At least it tells you exactly what you need to do. So, and your background's always going to be the black, so they
Yeah,
pop, I'm
we're
sure.
using here, hang on. I got a little scrap here. It's like a can you guys see that? It's like a
Oh,
little bit of a
wow.
dotty type of print.
Yeah,
So we wanted it to like read black but not be black.
right. And that does read black from
Like
on the
see how
camera.
that the block looks like it floats,
Yeah, it does.
right?
I think it's beautiful. Now, will all the
Example
blocks
in the book
finish
where
the
the
same
background's
size?
white, like hmm?
Will all the
Sorry.
blocks finish the same size?
Mostly, but we are going to make the round ones for mom and dad bigger. So you just basically have to photocopy the patterns at whatever percentage you want.
Oh, okay.
So we did the round ones at 200% to get all the pieces.
Oh,
So I'm
to
not,
get
I
them
think they're
bigger.
like about 18 by 18 maybe. Hang on, let me measure this one. Just a sec. I gotta go up to the board here. Um, 15 and a half by This is 15.5 by 9.5.
Wow. I think it's stellar. It's just beautiful.
The oval one's going to be a similar kind of size. I think the diamond ones are going to be like 15 by 15 or
Right, but
thereabouts.
you could even build the block out if you needed to.
Yeah.
So they all lined up good.
Yeah.
How are you
These
going to
are
quilt that?
Hmm?
How are you going to quilt it? What kind of quilting?
I'm going to give it to my neighbor across the street that does my long arming and go, "Here,
There you
Beatrice,
go.
what do you think?" And she'll send me back a picture of how does this pattern look? And I'll go, "Okay."
Looks great.
Yeah.
That is very, very pretty. That is gorgeous. So, Joe, hello, hello, and welcome. So, I tell you what, it's been interesting, and I promised Miss Kelley I would not keep her long tonight, that I would keep her for just a little while. Dorlin, you probably are right, but I think Fairy Frost has dark colors, at least all of them that I don't have. Well, I'm just gonna, yes, I'm getting the book. I put it in the cart so I don't forget because it's so beautiful. I've never saw
Yeah.
anything like it.
You probably see that's the thing is you kind of need the solids to make it look like the facet of the gem.
Right. So it looks sparkly and
Yeah, like you have to have the right colors in the right place or it doesn't look like it's a gem. It's just a mishmash of colors.
right.
Hence the solids.
Right. And I'm just like, that is stellar. That is very beautiful, Kelley. And you need to send me a picture when that's done or post it in my group.
Will do.
'Cause heck, I'll even bring you right back on and say, now look.
Well,
Look how
eventually
amazing.
when the top is done, I will put some kind of ta-da video out on my
Yeah,
channel.
you
But
need to and
yeah,
tag me in it.
yep.
Um,
I'll send you a picture via email or something too.
yeah, we
I'll
can
put
do
it in a
that.
group or something. Yeah. No, I'll let you
Absolutely.
guys all know, not to worry.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I promised you I wouldn't keep you long. Your daughter's coming home
Yeah.
tonight. So I wanted to, is there any last minute questions for Miss Kelley while I have her
Oh, look at
tonight?
that. See there, Delia's got the book and you get 25 bucks on Amazon.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
You
Collab time
girls.
next time, girls.
All right. Take care, Kelley, and thanks so much for joining me tonight. Sorry,
Thanks,
guys,
Donna
that it's
Hun.
a
Take
short
care,
life,
everybody.
but things happen. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.